LA Chargers Mike Williams sustained a pretty significant looking left knee injury on this play. In this video, we're going to take a look at the injury mechanism and what I'm concerned might have happened here for the Chargers star player. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Sutterer. My goal in this channel is to help teach you about the medical side of the sports world. So if anatomy and that sort of thing interests you, please consider subscribing to follow along. Let's dive right into the play where this happened here. And what I want you to focus on, of course, we're dealing with the left knee of Mike Williams. And really the key is the position of how he plants on that left leg right here to then go and try and change directions to work on avoiding this hit from Smith. As he goes down, we're going to see as that foot comes in, there's a little kind of very subtle shift where it almost looks like we can see a little bit of increased contour right there of his tibial tubercle, kind of the front part of his tibia. As what I'm concerned is happening is his tibia is shifting a little bit forward. I'll be honest here, my concern just seeing this mechanism is for a possible ACL tear, as this is a position that we can often see somebody have an ACL tear with that kind of plant cut trying to change direction and seeing a little bit of this shift. As his leg kind of comes through, we then almost see a little bit of that calf recoil where the leg almost pops backwards after it's already been in this forward anteriorly subluxed position right here, and then the foot comes off the ground and the calf kind of snaps back up behind him. I want to show a more extreme example of this just to get a sense of really what's going on with that type of cut, plant, and pivot position. So this, of course, Jameson Williams, as he goes and plants with that left foot, we can see he plants, that knee comes inward a little bit, the tibia shifts forward, we see that contour right there, and then ultimately kind of pops back up behind him as the foot right there comes up off of the ground. So this is really an extreme example, but kind of classic textbook for when we can see the ACL get injured. So keep this kind of position in mind right there, the plant, as he tries to change directions. So now if we back this up and look again at Williams, we can see he comes in with that left foot planted down, is trying to sort of change directions here and move to the inside. And we can see how it looks like that left knee does move inward a little bit as his thigh and tibia rotate inwards relative to one another. And then the foot comes off and we see a little bit of that calf release. What I've shown here in the biodigital anatomy tool is, of course, the ACL highlighted in yellow and then the femur hidden here. And that ACL is running from the front of the tibia to the back side of the femur. So its function is, number one, going to be keeping the tibia from shifting forward relative to the femur. So whenever we see an ACL injury occur in slow motion like this, what we'll sometimes catch is that tibia shifting forward due to the incompetent ACL and then recoiling, kind of snapping backwards as the foot comes up off the ground. There's also a rotational component to this. So this is going to be a right side one that we're looking at here. But whenever you plant and try and cut like that, what can occur is the tibia can want to internally rotate relative to the position of the femur, which puts more stress on the ACL because of how the ACL is running a little bit from the inside of the tibia to the outside of the femur. So all of those things combine together to be what we see with something concerning for what looked like happened with Mike Williams. I will say too that players often will experience or feel a pop when this occurs, and then back in the medical tent, they're gonna have a pretty good sense initially of what happened. And we saw as Williams was being taken off the field in the cart, he looked very dejected. It looked like he clearly had the sense that something major had happened. And oftentimes athletes do know that pretty quickly after they've torn their ACL. So I hope that we're wrong here, but again, my concern looking at the initial injury mechanism would be for something like an ACL worst case scenario. That's it for the video, everybody. Let me know as always any questions or comments down below. And until next time, I'll see you later.